Australian Open. No Venus Williams fairy tale as Carlos Alcaraz. Aryna Sabalenka win Open as Hong Kong Open champion Alexander Bublik also advances, as does Chinese qualifier Bai Zhuoxuan. Though compatriot Zhang Zhizhen is out, top-ranked Carlos Alcaraz and Aryna Sabalenka launched their Australian Open title bids with straight sets wins, but there was no fairy tale for 45-year-old Venus Williams on Sunday. On a hot Melbourne day in which a ball girl fainted, last year's men's beaten finalist Alexander Zverev dropped a set before easing into the second round. World number 1 Alcaraz joined him, the Spaniard beating 81st-ranked home player Adam Walton 6-3, 7-6, 6-2 on Rod Laver Arena. Alcaraz, who is desperate to win the Australian Open to complete the career Grand Slam of all 4 majors, plays Germany's Yannick Hanfmann next. Sabalenka began her bid for a third Australian Open title in 4 years with a patchy start before coming good in the second set. The world number 1, stunned by Madison Keys in the 2025 final, ultimately had too much power, guile, and quality for French wildcard Tienso Ricomanga, winning 6-4, 6-1 on Rod Laver Arena. The Belarusian next faces Chinese qualifier Bai Zhuoxuan, who outlasted 2021 French Open runner-up Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova 6-4, 2-6, 7-6 in a 2-hour, 43-minute match. Number 28 Emma Raducanu, who could potentially meet Sabalenka in the third round, beat Thailand's Mananchaya Sawangkaew 6-4, 6-1. Bai's compatriot Zhang Zhizhen was not as successful, losing 6-3, 7-6, 0, 6-3 to Argentina number 18 seed Francisco Cerundolo. In other matches, Hong Kong Open winner and world number 10 Alexander Bublik advanced over Jenson Brooksby 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Number 29 Francis Tiafoe overpowered Jason Kubler 7-6, 6-3, 6-2, and Michael Jing fended off Sebastian Korda 6-4, 6-4, 3-6, 6-7, 6-3 in an All-American first-rounder. Zheng, a college star at Columbia who advanced through qualifying to make his T-level debut, will next face number 32 Corentin Moutet, who was booed after his underarm serve on match point in a 6-4, 7-6, 6-3 win over Tristan Schoolkate. British qualifier Arthur Furry scored the first big upset by taking down 20th seed Flavio Cobolli of Italy, 7-6, 6-4, 6-1. Alcaraz, who was playing his first competitive match for 9 weeks, said, "I think this kind of level and the difficulties in the first round is pretty good for me. But overall just happy. I'm pleased about the level that I played today." Alcaraz has won the US Open, Wimbledon and French Open, but Melbourne is the one Grand Slam missing from his impressive resume. Earlier, in steamy conditions approaching highs of 30 degrees Celsius, Zverev threatened to implode in losing the first set to Canada's Gabriel Diallo. But the 28-year-old German recovered to win 6-7, 6-1, 6-4, 6-2, and next meets Australian Alexei Popyrin or Alexandre Muller of France. Novak Djokovic, who is chasing a record 25th major title, begins his title assault on Monday, as does 3-time runner-up Daniil Medvedev. Venus makes history. Women title rivals Iga Swiatek and Coco Gauff also start on Monday. Safely through was 7th-seeded Italian Jasmine Paolini, who outclassed Belarusian qualifier Alexandra Sesnovic 6-1, 6-2. Alina Svitolina, the Ukrainian 12th seed, eased past Kristina Buxa of Spain 6-4, 6-1. But seeded fellow Ukrainians Diana Yastremska and Marta Kostyuk were dumped out early, as was the American great Williams. The 7-time major champion was the oldest woman to play in the history of the Australian Open. She showed glimpses of what once made her world number 1, but ultimately fell after an epic battle with an opponent more than 20 years her junior. Olga Danilovic of Serbia outlasted the veteran 6-7, 6-3, 6-4 over a grueling 2 hours and 17 minutes. It was such a great game, such a great moment. The energy from the crowd was amazing. That lifted me up so much, Williams said.